Hey y'all, it's Jaffe. I want to give you a fast update to the new build, which should be live now. Correct, Monty? It's live?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what's in it. Let's see. Drawn to Death, this is just sort of some of it. I'll show you some of it's not very sexy, but it's important. Drawn to Death splash page loading time this has dramatically improved. Would you agree it's been dramatically improved?
I would say it's now under 30 seconds. It's pretty
To
dramatic.
get into what? To get into which
To
page
get
is
it
that?
to the notebook.
Okay.
Instead of sitting around for about, 50 seconds, now it's about 25 seconds.
All right, so we're still working on it. It's getting
Yeah.
better. Okay, so if you go to options anywhere in the game, this is just in training, you'll notice some changes. I don't think the screen is, in fact, I know the screen visual isn't done, but all the functionality is there. So you'll notice on this side, character tips, weapons in play. So any weapon that you have or that you've brought into the level, I mean, you guys who are watching this know how to do all this stuff, but this is sort of to help new players. And character tips are on the right, so you can R1 to learn how to use your character, learn what the pros and cons are. You can bring up the controller, and then you can also go down to game preferences, where you can set your camera, ledge grab default, taunts enabled. Ledge grab default, if you don't know, if that's set to advanced, what that means is if you jump, you won't grab a ledge unless you're continuing to hold jump, because some players don't like how that interferes with their movement. So we have it set to default by default, obviously. Where are the other options? Don't we have other options?
Controls.
Oh, I guess it's under controls. Okay. So XY sensitivity, inversion, look acceleration threshold, and this is where you can set the melee trigger to motion sensor or R3. Also, you'll notice if you hit L2 from this screen is going to get a visual update, but you'll see what your extra credit assignments are, your daily missions. That way you'll be able to keep them in mind more. This can come up in-game, in the lobby, wherever you are. I don't think it updates in real time, though. The stats have to process after the game, and then it'll update. But it's still there for you to kind of get a sense of what your goals are. On the right, if you R2, and we're dealing with a level 1 character, but eventually, once you unlock missions, you'll see all of your missions that you've unlocked, and you'll see the current, or as of last game, you'll see the current the most current status. Again, if you're in the middle of the game and you look at this, you'll have to wait till the stats process to get it to update. But at least, again, this lets you kind of keep your character missions, in mind and in game, and get a sense of what you have to do to continue to unlock aspects of your character. And then finally, down here, we've got just sort of tips. These are the tips that will be on the load screen, as well as here, just for players who are curious about how maybe some things that they don't know how they work. The one thing I hate right now is that expression. We're going to change that. The frog would never, ever be that happy. And that
Oh, there you go.
bothers me.
There's a couple.
Yeah, there's a few good ones, but yeah. And then there's some really important things like, let's see. Let's see. Oh, here you go. Hug your mother. Seriously. This is tip number 30. Hug your mother. Seriously. Unless she's dead. At that point, I leave it up to you to determine if you want to dig her up so you can hug her. I mean, that's disgusting and it's super illegal, but fuck it, she's your mom. If it were me, I'd get to digging. So, tips like that will really improve your life. And, right, Nick?
Yeah.
All right, Nick says yes. Okay, so let's keep moving on to what's new. We have, if you've gone to the forums, you may have already seen, now this is just for this update. I'll tell you new stuff later. Initial lobby screen with 4 players. This is minor, but we do think it's been scaring people off. You know how when you're in a game, in a lobby, and then someone joins, a timer starts to count down? We've just now changed the wording to basically say the match will begin and then it ticks down how many seconds left. Whereas before it said looking for other players, and it was very confusing. Minor change, but hopefully people will understand. Air Melee, we've played a little with the cost of Air Melee and Diablo Neal in terms of the juice, so check that out. Air Melee speeds have been cut down, so hopefully you guys will play it and it will serve as a punch, but not really a navigation move. Let us know if you...
Can you do one really quick?
Yeah, so basically if you go from nothing, he doesn't go as far as he used to. And if you're already moving forward, he still goes far, but he doesn't go as far. Have you guys been able to actually use it as a nav move now?
I've seen people online do it a bunch.
No, but with the new update.
Oh, with the newest one, it's even slower, but
Yeah, let us know. I mean, we don't want to kill it for those who use it as a nav move, but we also don't want it to be OP, which it has been. So let us know what you think. Chainsaw tweaks. Actually, Fister first. Fister, we've lowered to 2 clips and 2 shots per clip. We've reduced the max damage to 75 hit points instead of 90. The overall charge time is increased by a few seconds, which increases the time in the weaker range on the lesser charge shots. So before, where you could kind of go like this and get, I don't know, you'd get like, you'd get like maybe 30 points. Now, if you just kind of, it's 2 points. So you have to charge up a lot longer to start to build this up. Let's see. That's pretty weak. Let's make sure this got in range. Hold on.
you do a full charge?
Yeah. $11? Doesn't seem right. $47. Is there a buff or something on? There's no reason that would be that. Okay, well, you know what? This is the build that's out in the wild right now, so let us know if you're seeing that as well, and we'll take a look at that.
It might just be in training, hopefully.
Maybe, that's weird. Okay, let me go to Alan real quick. We'll show you a couple of improvements to Alan, at least we think they're improvements. By the way, looking at Cyborgula Vera fixed, it won't be in this week's build, but it'll be out 2 weeks from today where his wings have collision.
Nice.
So players will now be able to target him easier in the sky, which hopefully will put to bed one of the complaints about him being OP, hopefully all the complaints, but we'll see. I know not everybody thinks he's OP. Okay, with Alan, Alan's invisibility is no longer revealed. You can see it as the player, but if you were watching this guy, it used to be that you had to be standing perfectly still in order to see, in order to not see him. And if he was moving, you saw a bit of a shimmer. That shimmer's been mostly reduced now, so his invisibility is a lot more functional. We've also changed the speed of his flying death move, and also made it easier to get vertical control. So the speed is faster. This was all done with the hopes of creating more of an anti-air functionality for him against Cyborgula, which a lot of people said he didn't have, which I could sort of see. So he's faster, and he's a lot easier to sort of go up and down. Okay, so we've got Brainbuster knockout threshold speed. It's easier to knock Punk out of the Brainbuster if you do 25 points of damage in a single hit. Three-way, I hear we probably need to reduce the pause in between shots, or 1, 2, 3, a bit of a longer pause before you can 1, 2, 3 again. But for now, for this build, the three-way, the clips are reduced to 3, so they're not as many. It used to be 5. Face Blaster, please play with that if you get a moment. If you have it, maybe we can give it to some players to test for us if you don't have it. But we've changed the ranges and the damage, not on the red bullet, but on the main bullets. So hopefully it becomes more, it no longer is shit without the red bullet. It's good, and then it's great. At least that's what we're hoping. We've taken clips away from the monkey, so the monkey can throw poo and then has to get more ammo, because that weapon is, I think, is really fun, but it can be super, super OP, because ammo is pretty plentiful, and you can just keep charging shit up, literally, and getting amazing abilities. A lot of bug fixes. This has bug fix, including hit detection. Is that the bug where people were shooting and getting no points?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, that's been fixed.
We hope that one's fixed. We tested it pretty heavily here. We had QA tested it as well. For those you don't know what we're talking about the case where you shoot somebody and you'll see the blood squirt off them, but they don't actually give off any damage numbers. That should be fixed. If you see it, please let us know right away. Okay. And you guys have been really good about posting videos, so hopefully that continues, and thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you. Alan's chainsaw not throwing, that's been fixed.
That should be fixed too.
And there's a whole host of other bugs.
Right.
And then, just so you guys know what the team is working on right now, I don't know if you guys probably haven't seen, unless you watched our Twitch, you haven't seen, here, let's go, come on. How much memory you got?
We're closing on 10 minutes.
Right, come on, let's hurry. Remember how much memory on your account?
Yeah, I got some. We could probably do a couple minutes.
Vera fixed. You put the cyborg collision on the wings. And tell the fine folks what you're doing now.
Look what he's doing, everyone.
I am working with Diablo to kind of adjust some issues we've had with the hat special. What we're going to do is basically have the hat come out, and if it runs into any environment geometry, it's going to explode.
On the way out.
On the way out. If you manage to extend the hat all the way past and it's still freeforming, it still returns to you, and that return one is still ethereal, so it'll basically go through walls and you'll be able to score the bonuses. So the trick here is that it's more of a skill-based move in that you have to find a spot to really extend the hat, and it also basically prevents people from cheesing it like they do all the time, like Tobin does all the time.
You mean where they are like behind a wall and they just throw it at icons all day long?
Yes. Yeah. So
I would never play that way.
You can probably still need to look. Well, it'll be better.
Well, what
it may be good enough. The other
what he's saying is you have to have a clear path to throw
but you
it
can also
out.
just aim it up in the sky and
Oh.
then turn around, right?
maybe.
But it'll still be
Well,
hard.
yeah, it's an improvement, a step in the right direction.
Yeah, you're not going to
It doesn't
basically be running around and getting it coming through the walls of the ground and hitting you with having no clue that this thing's on the way. So
Right.
he's working on that. What are you making, Christian?
I'm working on the. How do I say this?
Yeah.
The free rotation.
Yeah, so what we're doing, characters and weapons, both? You're working on both?
Yeah.
So what we're looking at doing is, instead of giving you a free character and 2 free weapons, we're planning on doing weekly rotation of weapons and characters like you'll see in certain free-to-play games. We haven't decided the number yet, right? I think it might be 4 weapons free a week and 1 or 2 characters, and some are curated by us and some are random, but we're still trying to figure that out.
And
So
also all the items that you get at the beginning on the FP. After you're done with FP, you get the free items.
yeah.
That's also
You complete FPE, you get free items?
like the first time you get to the game.
Oh, the 35 free.
Oh, all the
everything.
gifting stuff?
No, the
Free trial period.
the free trial.
Oh, yeah, right, sorry. There's so many things going in. We've had the game out. You guys have been so just instrumental in letting us know what works, what doesn't work. So we're going to let you come out of FPE, which is the training level at the beginning. And when you come out, the 4 launch characters and all of the weapons that are currently in the training are going to be free for your first 35 games. So players can kind of play around with them and see what they like. Whereas right now you come out of training, you have no fucking clue why you picked what you picked, and you might come out with something shitty and then you're pissed off and you don't play the game anymore. So that's what's happening. Cliff scares me. He's like Edward Snowden or some such. I don't know. What are you working on?
Bug fixes, I guess. I got the unranked stuff in.
Oh yeah, he made an unranked mode, right?
Yeah, but it's it needs some backend support. Like it's not gonna run the stats properly. Like there's no like power progress moving. Like the basic bare bones UI, they're not grabbing you like release tape on the things that used to say deathmatch, team deathmatch.
Okay.
So like one of the major changes about this is that deathmatch and team deathmatch aren't 2 different modes. It's just like you go into range and then there's like the modes and you get dealt one randomly. And so you might be playing a team game, like Organ Donor, or like deathmatch, and whenever we add more modes, it's just gonna go into that shooter. There's like different rules for unranked as well. But, so that most of that stuff that lets you change to like a team game and not involving the same party of people, that's still in there.
Okay, very, very cool. So yes, and that is the road, and I think Max, you're working on invites?
Yep.
Okay, so what they're doing is basically getting the game ready to have unranked mode and a mode we're at the moment calling friendly mode. We'll probably change the title, where you can invite your friends into ranked games, unranked games, or just totally friendly games, which are just you and 1 to 4 players. So you can even drop in friendly into a level with no one else and just explore the level and get the ins and outs and things like that. So that's what's going on in here. Thanks, y'all.
All right, we got like 30 seconds.
Oh shit, there's more stuff going on. Tobin's redoing the training, making it much more gamified. Karen's working on a candy cane level, which you can see on our latest Twitch. Monty will link to it. And goodbye. Thank you. See you guys. Bye.